Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining Steve and Travis this evening.
That was so lackluster, Steve.
I'm
That was
sorry.
so
I'm
lackluster.
sorry. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us.
There you go. There you go. You got to be a ray of
Steve
positivity
and
here,
with
Steve and
Steve and
Travis.
Travis today. We got a few people there. As you know, you can send messages to us during the call. And for those of you who are joining, thanks for joining. Uh, I'm going to start off with a topic today after watching the our senior nationals and some other camps that I've attended. When I think about teaching judo to a student when they start at a young age, I think that I'm building an athlete, and what I'm doing is I'm teaching them how to do judo in every direction, so they could learn forward techniques, backward techniques, techniques to the side, using their feet, correctly, and with no thought at all about winning, only about basic fundamentals. So we can take a student that has a strong foundation, and then we can grow them. When you see the great judo players, I mean, sometimes the Japanese do classic judo, but it's always a little offshoot of a classic because the defense is so strong. But the constant pressure on winning at a young age, I think, makes a big difference in how kids are learning. So as I watch people play, people attack with no intent on throwing. They're so that, I can't remember making an attack in a competition that I wasn't trying to throw someone with the attack. But there's such a lack of commitment to the techniques. I find it, like I said, I can't see an intent to throw. And when I ask athletes, were you trying to throw? Well, not really. What do you mean, not really? So I find that as a huge flaw in American judo. I don't see that in European and judo worldwide, but certainly in the United States, I see that. Not everybody, but quite a few. And I mean, dropping to your knees, there's just no intent, and I think there's a mistake there in our beginning, grassroots programs where we're not teaching good fundamentals and we're teaching kids how to win more so than anything else. And a loss in a junior tournament could be horrible rather than, hey, we're still learning and we're getting better.
Yeah, it tends to just be a U.S. problem. I think just in my experience, uh, being overseas and watching younger people, and I don't want to say like the elite train, but even that like B level, national level athlete, the one thing that they have more than our players is that competitive drive to want to win, right? Even if they know they can't, they're going to try their hardest to win. They I don't know where it gets instilled in the athletes that we have where surviving means I did better. And that tends to be how everybody approaches the problem when dealing with somebody who is either a class above or they're nervous with, is they tend to jump into a defensive mode instead of well, I'm probably going to lose this anyway, so I'm going to send it and then see what happens and hopefully like catch a break. Which there's a little bit of like want some balance there, but the hesitation in people and the lack of fight and will to win isn't that strong. It's more of a will to I don't want to lose, or I don't want to become an Instagram highlight reel for somebody. And I think that might have a big component on it. You know.
Well, it's interesting that for someone like you and myself that started judo at a young age, we looked at people that were above us that we respected and thought were really good, and as we got older, we had to surpass them. And if you don't believe you can win every time you fight, you're not going to beat those people. There's times in my life and in your life that you beat someone you didn't think you could beat. You can't do that if you're not going after them and trying to beat them. It's just a process that you got to keep going forward with that mentality that when you get out there, I'm gonna win, or when I walk off that mat, the guy on the other side is gonna say, I don't want to fight him again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We should make a T-shirt that says, "I may not win, but you're going to regret the fight."
Right. Well, I mean, but that's the reality, right? You see it with people that, I mean, I was fortunate to watch, Jimmy when he was younger and came to Japan with us and everything, and he took his licks, no doubt, but people weren't dying to fight him. I mean, and eventually as you grow, it's different, but that's the mentality. You got to think you're going to win every time, and you got to try to win I mean, I don't know how to fight and not try to win.
I'm seeing some comments flow through the section
Okay.
here. We should jump in and answer some of
Okay.
these.
Go ahead.
Steve, you might have a good one here. Let me throw it up on screen right here for you. Boom. I have trouble with Uchimata because I'm so tall I can't scoop them too well when I crash into their potty. What do I do?
Well,
buddy. Can Uchimata.
yeah.
Uchimata. Don't go for those big looping ones. You got that long leg, just stick it in and start elevating and use it like a wrench or a ratchet system.
For the person who said that, I'm at steve@americanjudo.com. I'll send you a nice video of a current Uchimata that looks just like that. I have some. I don't know if I have great Uchimatas here, but I have a lot of videos of some great Uchimatas. But yeah, I mean, Uchimata's a throw you got to develop. But yeah, if you can't step in, hook. There's so many ways to do Uchimata. So yeah, can Uchimata would be a good choice.
There's another one here. Where'd it go? Am I ever going to do a live workshop that I used to do, like gripping and other topics? I don't know. I might. They're hard to do. There's not a lot of time in the day. Back when I was doing those, it was like right around like the COVID time frame and a little bit past. Now that the world's woken up and we're all back to work again, like there's not a ton of time for it. But maybe one of these months I'll slip it in for one of the live sessions and we can jump into some Q&A for that type of stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We could spend a whole session talking about gripping. We certainly can. Certainly can. But it's a good question.
There's another guy here, right? Here's another one. What's this one? I'm a big BJJ guy and I want to learn judo. I hear that all the time. There's zero adult judo out there. Is adult judo growing, dead, or not even born yet in the U.S.?
Well, it was born a while ago. What it's amounted to now, I don't know, but it was born. I would recommend going to our platform and looking at our coaches level 1 and level 2 courses. They're really good and in depth on learning judo from day one, to learning how to fall, to the point of learning how to enter a throw, use kazushi. It's a pretty in-depth course, and it's worthwhile. It's a worthwhile way to learn. And I will give you support personally, again, if you reach out to me during that course. If you're struggling, if you don't understand anything, I'll get on a call with you and just help you out if you purchase the course. So it's a good course.
Steve, next time in your name, you should just put your email address.
All right. I'll do that. Because I do that a lot now. A lot of people reach out to me for a little help, and I do that. And it's a basic course, but it's really in depth. It was a whole long weekend, like 16 hours. It seemed like a day going through that. But a lot of thought and effort went into that. It's a great course. You see another one?
There's just same guy's got the tall issue. Feels like his power hand is forcing people around the mat and muscling them around. We actually just had that conversation at the jiu-jitsu school that I have and some of the judo kids, I struggle to differentiate strength versus technique. I treat them as one and the same in my head, right? The best technique is the one that works for you. Everybody's a little bit different. It's the one thing I think that judo has over jiu-jitsu when we have our core techniques that we use, and then everybody's able to put their own little spin and twist and their little nuances to it to get it to work for them. But we all have that same core value and what makes the technique work. And then differentiating it between our body types, our divisions, the people that are running through our bracket, all those things spur, what do I want to say, like inspiration and creativity in our sport rather than, you know, labeling it to this one's better than the other one. You know, a lot of people can't, throw like Moriyama or like Iliadis or like Denisov or like Daiki. There are judo players out there that have a style from 10 or 15 years of building their own strength within a certain pattern that allows them to get it to work. I know when I was doing a lot of seminars, right around 2016 and earlier, people would always ask me to show my Ippon Seoinage or my version of the throw to them so that they could learn it. And my number one response is, you're not going to be able to do it. You don't have the lower back strength. You don't have the core strength to pull off the throw that I do. So let's work on some basics. And if you do this for a few years and you build to it, it'll help you build the strength to then do the creative versions later on. So, if you have strength, use it. It's not your fault.
It goes back to my initial talking point is learning judo when you're young, fundamentals, learn how to do Sanagi correctly, and eventually you'll find a way to make it your own.
Yeah.
And it's like anything else. Uchimata, you'll learn Uchimata, you learn the fundamentals, how to come in, and then you do it and you find a way to make it work with your body and the way you play judo. And that's how judo is. Whether it's an ouchigari, an osotogari, or a tayatoshi, you find a way to make it your own. All the basic fundamentals are the same. That's why I think it's just a core foundation is so critical, because once you have that, then you can build whatever you want. So if we don't put the time into that core foundation, I think that we lose at the end. How come I can't do Uchimata? Well, you couldn't do it 10 years ago. What do you expect now? And again, you have to build that strength. You have to build that. It looks easy when someone has it, but it just isn't that way. It's built over years.
Here's another one for you, Steve.
Okay.
What's the best way to start a shiai? I always worry if I grip in the wrong way, I might get thrown. I'm talking about grips. Everyone is careful and won't give me their right sleeve or anything.
Well, it's obviously, it depends if you're fighting a righty or a lefty, and if you're a righty or a lefty. So we could just start right on right. You grab when you fight right on right, you grab left hand on lapel first. This is how I teach it. I keep my right hand a little back, and I grab left hand on lapel, and normally I draw. I will draw my opponent's right hand to me, and that will allow me to get the sleeve. And then I can get my right hand on my opponent. Now that sounds simple, and it's not that simple all the time because you're fighting someone who's trying to get their grip too. But ideally, that's what you want to do. But there are skills in gripping that you need to have in order to get your grip, because you're going to have to be able to get your right hand free from a sleeve grip if you're going to get your grip, and you're going to have to be able to hold the opponent's sleeve grip with some kind of strength. I'm constantly amazed when someone, certainly my girls, they grab the sleeve and someone moves their hand, and their hand just moves right along with it. I mean, you've got to build some strength into your grips. So I would practice that. And again, posture. When you grab, you step up and grab with your posture. Don't lean forward when you grab. Right on left, for me, it's really clear. My right hand is going inside on my opponent's shoulder, on that clavicle, and controlling that shoulder. And then I'm going to get the sleeve. Uh, I have two rules when I grip. One is right on left. I don't engage until I have my hand in the right position. I'm not giving up my sleeve hand unless my right hand is in the position. And the other rule I have is that either I have the advantage when I'm gripping or I'm fighting for the advantage. I don't play judo with a disadvantage. Never, ever play with a disadvantage. So if I end up in a bad position, I'm fighting to get out of it. I'm not saying, okay, I hope this guy doesn't throw me. I'm not hanging in there. I'm fighting to get out of it. So that's how I do it. And there's many ways to break sleeve grips. You find what works for you. I mean, God, we have videos on the site, don't we? With gripping and guys, take some time and go to the and check out what we have. We got some great videos, and again, if you have a struggle, reach out to me. I'll help you with it. Okay. If you have a struggle with the platform, reach out to me and I'll help you with it. So go ahead and take a look. But yeah, you want to be aggressive and get the grip you want so you can throw.
I think the hardest part for people is they start from how do I want to say this? A position where there's too many variables for them to comprehend at the beginning, instead of starting from situations where they can get comfortable with body positioning, body movement, what their hands can and can't do. Right? Like if you have two yellow belts going at it that are older and they're like, hey, we're just going to start trying to grab each other and figure this out. There's a lot of variables there, right? That's full on intent to have something bad happen, right? You want to be able to practice and learn and understand where you're trying to go when you're starting from zero. It would be like trying to run a race, not knowing the path or where it ends. Wildly difficult to run, right? So having those parameters and those guardrails in place to help you learn and develop would do wonders.
And it's okay to change the dynamics of the workout where one guy goes 100% and another guy goes 50% where he has a better chance, and go back and forth there. So you find a way to get your grip if someone is just completely stopping you. Find a way to be a good partner and work together if you can.
That would be like a parameter, right? Like, hey,
Yep.
Person A is trying to do the throw. Person B is actively playing defense and can't get a penalty, right? Person B is supposed to lose. We all know that.
Correct.
Right? We get it. We're just trying to allow the other person to have the freedom to get comfortable with taking shots that during a live scenario, they may feel like they're getting countered. They don't trust the technique. Their body's nervous. Their mind's nervous, whatever it is.
Yeah. And, I do a drill where, one person defends with their hips and the other person gets their grip.
Yep.
And if you ever fight someone that's got really good hips, defensive hips, I mean, it's unbelievable how strong their defense is and how they could feel it. It's just a great drill to do, even at a young age. So you start learning how to use your body to stop throws and you feel throws. There's lots of things you can do.
And we even do those drills even at the highest level. I used to do that drill at Tokai all the time. You just start, hey, take whatever grip you want. I get whatever's left over, and you're playing defense and I'm playing offense. Here we go.
Yep.
And a lot of that just comes down to understanding class structure and development and timing and where everybody's at in the room and, making sure the team's getting better.
Right. Every class doesn't have to be all randori.
Here's an interesting one. Yeah. What do you think of this question? Should judo be taught to body type?
So again, I would tell you that it depends on where you're talking. I mean, if you're talking 5, 6, and 7-year-olds, I mean, you want to teach them, again, if I have a real short, let's say a heavy young kid, I'm not going to be teaching him Uchimata yet. but certainly doing Sanagi, Tayatoshi, so that's, you can teach them that. Remember, you're teaching them a skill. You're teaching them a skill. I would, almost to the point, not exactly, but do you teach math to a body type? We want to teach a skill to these kids. Yeah, Uchimata is going to be hard for a real short kid. If you're talking about a kid, if you're talking about an adult, then yeah, teach him a throw that's going to fit his body. I don't disagree with that. But for younger kids, no. We pretty much want to teach them how to throw forward and backward and all different directions.
I'm on the extreme other side. I don't care what your body type is. You're learning the
Yeah.
fundamentals, and
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
going to shove it down your throat. Don't care.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's more about, if we're talking about 5 to 8 years old, I can make general assumptions on your basic motor skills and say, hey, for people of this demographic, the average motor skill is this. So for this age group, these are the throws we're going to throw out there, because they're the ones that generally are going to work across the board. Right.
Yeah.
And then when they get a little older, these motor skills. When we have adults, we start with the easiest motor skilled throws, because whether you're big, tall, short, or indifferent, when we're allowing people to do the throw, it should work regardless of body type. I don't care if you're 5'2", trying to throw a guy who's 6'2", you can throw him with Ippon Sanagi.
Yep.
Even as long as you follow like the basic core movements to build that repetition and that foundation. Because then once we get the foundation down, we can start getting creative with the throws that we know, like as experienced people, that'll work for that body type later on. That way, when Randori starts and all those types of things happens, because they shouldn't get introduced until later anyways, then we can start having those conversations.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, you want to build the fundamental skills first, and see where you're at. I like that.
I think a lot of people struggle as instructors because they try to teach class with specialty techniques instead of general techniques that help build foundational strength. Like even for like the kids that we have at the club that would be elite, like we still go over like basic core values of Uchimata, basic core values of throws, even if they're competing and winning the nationals, because that being able to like hammer that into them and make them do it's going to build that strength, so that when they need the variety during Randori, their body's strong enough to waver a little bit from the technique and still get the throw to work, rather than saying, hey, here's this super special secret one for you. I'd rather be in a Randori session saying, hey, if you run into this thing, here's a super special secret way for you to do it, because you're experiencing that situation that calls for that technique, instead of pulling the whole class in and saying, all right, guys, we're going to do this super special secret technique, and it's going to require all these different body motions. You know what? 99% of people don't need it, nor could they do it if they tried.
Yeah. Train before they do Randori. Well, is there a question up above before we take this? How long do you think kids should train before they do Randori? Any advice on improving conditioning when you're not training? I'll let you take that, Travis.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
No. I don't know how to improve conditioning when you're not training. I remember when I was from Chicago watching the Bulls, and Michael Jordan had to take a week off of playing, and when he came back, he said he wasn't in shape. He took a week off, and he wasn't in basketball shape. Greatest player ever, possibly, and he wasn't in shape after taking a week off. No, I don't. No, I don't know if there's a way to get in shape without training.
Yeah, there's not a good answer for that.
No. Okay. How? Oh, what is this? What are your thoughts on?
You just got to be willing to like accept the punishment when you come back.
No doubt. If the punishment's bad enough, you're not going to take time off. I chose not to take time off. How long do you think kids should train before they do Randori? Well, there's so many variables there.
Is
Uh,
that like a during class thing, or like they're training and then like they're training for 6 months, then they do randori? I don't know how I should read that question.
yeah, how long do you think kids should train before they do? I mean, kids training or talking about little kids that are learning judo for the first time. Uh, I don't know. Maybe phrase it a little better, Tony, and we'll be able to give you a better answer.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Okay. Mo, what are your thoughts on energy distribution during a randori or a match? Or similarly, uh, I would tell you that I don't think Travis and I are going to differ when you're training. You know, the way to get, if you're going to be a high level competitor, you got to train when you're tired. You got to train when you're tired. It's hard. But if you're going to find out how to learn how to get a second and third wind when you fight, and you're going to need it at the highest level, you got to train when you're tired. Uh, that's why you go to Japan to learn how to fight when you're tired, and there's no getting around it unless you want to sneak out. But you have to learn. You got to learn how to play when you're tired, and your body will learn how to react. So you just got to do judo when you're tired. You,
Hmm.
you could add to that, but I don't know any other way to do it.
Yeah, there's things that we do to help like prolong, right? But I I wouldn't say they're like maximizing the conditioning. They're more like survival techniques because I'm trying to let the gas tank replenish in dangerous situations with our hands, our body positioning, our ability to catch our breath, you know, that kind of stuff. But our conditioning is what it is when we started. There's no getting better with it. Once it's gone, it's gone for good. It's not coming back. It just looks like we're surviving and we have more left in the gas tank because we're so used to running on empty. Tony said new students. So yeah, like when do they start randori? After they first walked into the dojo. I don't know. That's different for every kid. It comes down to like athleticism, grit, toughness, comfortability, understanding of the sport and rules. It could be a lot of different things.
And the other thing too is matchups. I mean, you have kids that are two different skill levels, even if they started in their 6 months. One's a good athlete and one's not. I mean, the first time that kid takes a hard fall is the last time you're going to see him. So you have to be really, really careful about how you do matchups and how you do randori.
Yeah. Going back to the conditioning thing, right? When you're in shape, like I like to judge my being in shape is a how fast can I get to 100%, and then how fast can I get back to feeling comfortable again? Because once you hit that 100%, like it's going to take you a second to come back. Being in shape is being able to get back faster so you're ready to go 100% again. Now, it's kind of like a ball bouncing in the air because once you hit 100 and the ball falls, when you bounce back up, you're never getting back to that same level again. It's going to keep shortening and shortening and shortening. And that's kind of what happens in randori, especially when you're overseas, you're competing, is you're going to start strong. And then the more you can keep that ball bouncing kind of close to the height, that's when you're in really good shape and you're recovering really fast. What some people do, right? And this is what the lazy people do, is they try really hard, then they rest for a while so they get back further, and then they try really hard, and that's what's keeping them really high, rather than like hitting that 100, falling down, and trying to hit that 100 again right away, so that they build that conditioning and being in shape. Kind of a terrible analogy, but I'm going to go with it.
Well, I mean,
There's more
international judo. Yeah.
scientific things out there for that.
I mean, you have to be able to. It's just judo is hard internationally now. I mean, I don't know, what athletes we have that can play at the top level. We've got a couple coming up and with good potential, but if you watch judo around the world, it's at a pretty high level now. These guys are playing really good judo. They're great athletes. They're great athletes doing judo. So recovery time, and that's a
Oh,
good.
so that's great. Don't ride an assault bike for 4 minutes straight. You want to think more like interval sessions with an assault bike. So like 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. You know, like to like because that's what judo is. It's those burst of motions in
Interval.
those. Yeah, it's not like a long drawn out thing, right? Ref says mate, you hit the ground, you got to get back up. Like you got to like work through that at all times. So we're not getting off the bike, but we're constantly like revving the engine and falling down, revving the engine and falling down.
Our American just soft.
Absolutely.
Don't hold back, Travis.
What?
Nothing.
We are.
I know.
And we have the potential. We have people that like want to do it, but like they got to get on the road. They got to get tough. They got to get gritty. Like they got to go through the process. Just it is what it is. We don't have the resources here to go through that process domestically like other countries do.
And the other
And
thing too,
it just is what it is.
and judo's an individual sport. At some time, if you want to make it to the top, you got to train on your own. You got to go to Japan on your own. You got to go. I mean, you got to do things on your own. It's nice to have a group of people with you all the time, but it doesn't work out that way. And it could be real. I mean, it was lonely for me, when I was in Japan by myself. I don't know about you,
Mm-hmm.
but it's lonely. It's how you get better, but that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. BJJ
No,
stole all the
BJJ
talent.
didn't steal all the talent.
No.
Don't fall prey to marketing hype. Don't do that. All right, let's watch one of these videos. I'm gonna click one of these and bring it in.
Click the top one because it was interesting for me.
Oh, that sucks. They scored that, didn't they?
No. Watch. That's Clarice, Olympic champion.
Oh, they're reviewing it.
This gold medal match in the Europeans.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Did she turn out enough? She might have. Wait, what happened?
No, they give it
leg grab. Wait a minute. Maybe I missed it at the beginning. She was wrapped around the head. All right, hold on. I'm gonna watch this again. She's not grabbing the leg. Where did she grab the leg?
No, she locked her hands. That's what they're saying. That's what I think they're saying. So I reached out to a referee friend who reached out to Daniel Laskow, and he called it a kata sankaku, and that is Hansokomaki. Now, what he just did with his hands, I don't get it, but that's what I'm guessing because I don't know.
That's interesting because I always thought the rule because they just made this rule 2 years ago, and basically what happened was it's always been illegal to lock your hands around the head and do sumi. Like you can't lift somebody up from the neck. That has always been illegal, right? And then what happened was guys like me started doing a front headlock and wrenching people over and pinning them because you can create a lot of leverage from there, like a ton. And the rule 2 years ago was you as long as they're down on the floor, you can turn them. But what happens is when people get put in a front headlock, they kind of do what this girl did and they stand up. That makes it a standing technique. But I always thought the rule was you couldn't like throw them towards the head side.
Yeah.
but I guess they're saying you can't throw period from there, which I guess is an easy distinction, but because like that situation, one every 10 years, maybe.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's like,
I've never seen that before.
that's annoying.
And she's an experienced player. I mean, I don't know. I just have never seen that before.
Well, and I feel bad because she's the one who lost the world title to Jerby with the illegal choke.
Yep.
I remember watching that in the stands going, oh, they're going to Hansukumake her. You can't do that. You can't choke with the belt and the lapel. And sure enough, they let it slide. And I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's getting fired. And then they didn't do anything about it. And then 2 years later, they realized what happened and they changed the rule.
They sure did.
How do you feel about combining exams for colored belts, doing 2 colors at once? You probably messed up when you didn't promote them the first time, or just skip the belt altogether. I mean, if they learned the technique, they learned it from somewhere, either from you or somebody else at the club. Next one. Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
This is just this. I didn't expect this to end up this way as I was watching this. God.
That sucks. That's slightly embarrassing. I feel bad. But you know what? That's what you get for playing 50-50 judo.
Well, I don't disagree with that at all.
That's what you get. I'm glad he's all hyped about it because he knows he knows he was staring down the barrel of a gun.
Oh,
he was losing that for sure.
I think people don't realize the strength that these guys have, these judo players have.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I see someone trying to lift someone, I said, "Where are you going? If you go to Europe, it's not going to work, my friend." Oh, God.
Oh, look at that. He's just forcing it. Forcing it. Oh. Terrible.
This next video is, I like this guy a lot. This guy has great ashiwaza.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh, I thought I was going to show it from a different angle.
No, his feet are so good.
Nice little Hiza there.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
That is hard to do. He's got great ashiwaza, this guy.
Look at that. Oh, see, that's what happened. That's what happens. Player. Guys just forget to fight.
Yeah, well.
I'm actually surprised this Mongolian, like, right here, didn't just step in with that left leg and go belly to belly with him.
You would think. Or stand up, at least, you know.
Like, he decided to just, look at that, like. Oh. Look at that. He's like all bent over.
He grabs that leg really good.
Oh, man.
And this is another way of showing how people that have different talents can make judo their own. You know what I mean? This guy has different talents, and he does a unique judo.
I know it's blurry, but like, look at that sleeve grip.
Yeah.
That's a sleeve grip.
Sure is.
Ha! Greetings from the Shido can. Yeah. Spilt the blood on that mat before. Look at that. Boom. Boom.
And look at this. Just look at him. He's just really good. I like watching him.
Buried him. What's this one? Oh, yeah. You got buried.
But look who that is.
You got oopsied.
Look who that is. That's Nagase.
Yeah.
Olympic gold medalist. I mean,
Look at that. Got caught. No hands on the gi.
Yeah.
Look, he's going for the sleeve grip. Green fakes the Sode. Boom. Uh-oh. No hands. No hands. Uh-oh. 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 No hands. Look at that. No hands. Oh, no. No hands. 2 hands to no hands. It's never a good day. Never a good day. Look at him bring him around.
Even the best gets caught.
Yeah. But had he not put that right hand inside like that,
Right. Without a doubt. Right.
That hand would have been free. He wouldn't have gotten that throw. That was just pure oopsied. Look at that commitment to that sleeve break. But that's why he's Olympic champion. He stays engaged, like
without a doubt.
Stays in the pocket, ready to fight.
Yeah, and listen, in one of my other calls, I had the Japanese competition for their for their team, and all the best Japanese guys fought. All of them did. Abe did. Nagase didn't, and I think Nagase got choked too, if I'm not mistaken, in that. But I'm sure he's still going to be their guy. Man. Yeah, I mean, you got to fight. You have to fight all the time. It's the only way. You got to stay crisp, and you got to risk losing. And again, you want to lose on the way to the Worlds and on the way to the Olympics. Make your mistakes then.
Can't be afraid to stand in the pocket and get thrown.
Yeah. And again, I mean, certainly in judo, you're peaking for the big events. And when you're training, you're not peaking, So there is a little more risk when you're fighting these top guys, but so it goes.
And the crazy part is even by Japan standards, Nagase has been around for a long time.
Yeah. Yes, he has. I mean, 2 Olympic golds.
Yeah, and a bronze.
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, he's been around for a while.
Yeah. Because he bronzed at mine and then won the next 2. And now he's going on a 3rd. So that would make 4 Olympics.
Yeah, he does. He comes for the big day. He can play during the big day. Yeah. Cool.
Oh no. Yeah, oh no.
This was a hard
you could see that.
Yeah.
Oh no. Overcommitment to the defense.
Yep.
Panicked. Man.
And just the drive to the back,
Just the power.
Yeah.
Like, let me click on this. Why is this not? There it goes. Like, look at this. Look at this. He pulls. Look at his back extension.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa, like he's selling like he's going. Full send. Guy reacts.
Drove him through the mat.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Bam. Textbook. Now watch this. He pushes off that left leg so hard. All of them end up in the air.
I mean, just think about the commitment to the throw, right? Yeah, man. That was just a great
throw. I mean, they're 2.5 feet in the air.
Yeah, good stuff.
These people.
And I put this in here for watch. You'll see another view. Look at how powerful, back and forth, back.
Oh. What event was that?
Kazakhstan. Grand Slam.
Guy was just too tired, didn't quite have it in him.
It's, again.
God, watching these guys fight just makes me want to make a comeback.
and just the power. I just This guy's back was bent and he came back. You know. Oh, I love this guy. This I think he's from Russia, but he's got it where the IJF. He is. I've been watching him for a few years, and his Tachiwaza is really good. His Newaza is really good too. Uh,
Oh, oh no. Oh no.
yeah,
Oh no.
he sticks him
That's some core strength right there.
without a doubt.
Oh, that's some serious core strength.
Yeah, I've been watching this guy for a few years. He is just getting better and better. I mean, the way the whole circuit in judo is today is it's so easy for Europeans and anyone to get better. They fight all the time. There's camps all the time. It's so. I mean, they're constantly being challenged and constantly fighting at the highest level.
He might be Russian. That looks like Tayoff from Russia.
That's Abrazov or something. Morozov or something.
Oof.
I mean, he's good.
But see, even in the middle of like that French guy trying to throw him, you can see he's still trying to like get what he needs in order to
Absolutely.
get his throw. Like they're willing to stand there and like bring it. Let's see what you got. And not everybody's willing to do that, especially in the States.
Oh no.
They're more cagey. You see that actually just a lot in like the Pan American Union as a whole. That caginess, that fear of losing. Like we're afraid of like the Europeans and the Asian countries.
So there's a couple. I got two here of just simple, basic, newaza. You know, let's lock up the top and let's get the leg out. And most of our kids can't do this.
Oof.
Look how tight that upper. Look how tight she's got her.
Every once in a while, I squeeze the judo kids like that. Just let them know I still got it.
Yeah. Well, she is squeezing. That girl from Hungary is good. Good Newaza.
Hungary usually has good Newaza. Just
Yeah.
as a general, they're fighters.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but like a good amount of them. Same girl?
Yeah. This is the gold medal match.
Oh, that was terrible.
Mistake.
That was terrible.
And just watch her just crawl over her.
That was terrible. She deserves to lose.
Yep.
Oh,
look at that.
Just so much lack of awareness from the people on bottom.
Right. And how simple, right? Step by step by step, it works.
Oh, look at that. I like that little line they put on the scoreboard, though, so you knew where the Yuko was. That was convenient.
Just simple, basic, how to get the leg out. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was nifty.
Yeah.
Nice little touch for the IJF there. I wouldn't even say like her ability to get her leg out is all that good. I just think everyone else is that bad.
Well, I guess it's all relative, right?
Yeah. Like she didn't do anything that we wouldn't teach like a green belt at the club. There was nothing like, oh, that like you like had to do like an extra step here that you thought through.
No, it's basic.
Yeah.
It's basic, step by step. It's how you get a leg out.
Like why does this girl holding on to this belt think like it's helping her in any way, shape, or form. Like just total lack of awareness. Total lack of awareness.
I got to tell you that
Oh,
the way to learn to win for
wait.
Americans
What
is
was
Newaza.
that? What was that? What? Wait, did she? Yeah, oh my God. She grabbed the foot
Yeah,
that was pushing. She
right,
opened her legs to grab the foot that she's not even trapping.
right.
Oh, I can't. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. We can't do that.
So this is Clarice, another. I mean, her Newaza has improved quite a bit since the previous Olympics. Well, you see her setting up for that.
I'm actually surprised the French haven't been able to find a girl to like take her on. Oof.
Yeah.
Again, just people's total lack of awareness.
Yeah.
Oh, she is way too nice. She is way too nice. Oh, way too nice.
Took too long, huh?
Yeah, she's just nice. Parenting did that to her.
Right. No question. When you have a kid, you lose that edge. It happened to me.
Ooh. Look at that. She's just like, this girl's not attacking her. Biggest complaint with people, when you see them get caught on the ground, it's because of their lack of effort in offense.
Yep.
And they have this weird, like, perception of, well, if I just ball up here, I'll be okay. It's kind of like boxing and just walking into the corner and putting your guard up going, he's not going to knock me out.
No.
Dude, every once in a while, that thing is going to slip through and you're going to feel it. It
That's
fucking slipped through right here. That's for sure. Oh, that was difficult. Difficult to watch. Uh-oh. Somebody's getting laid out here. Oh, he's going to do that spinning OG, isn't he?
No.
Oh, he did it.
No, watch this now. There it is.
Yeah. That's a score. But it's not golden score, is it? Scoreboard doesn't say golden score.
No, he armbarred him.
Oh, I looked at the comment section.
Oh, no, he armbarred him. Watch how fast he got in there. You see that? Watch him grab the arm.
Oh, that's
there
why.
It is. Yeah.
Are you sure he did?
Yeah, this guy just tapped.
Where?
Go back again.
Wrong direction. Like, look at his face. He looks fine.
Go back a little bit.
I am.
He jacked that arm up pretty good.
Yeah, but where is he tapping? I mean,
there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I saw it.
Yeah.
It was just over that little. Yeah. Right there, yeah. You can see it for that split second. Like, he acted like nobody saw it. But you can see it just right here on that corner. He does like a little one of those numbers.
Yep.
Oh, Steve, you're gonna love this comment. Look at this bad boy right here. Bam.
I love your content on fundamentals.
It's shocking how many judo clubs don't go over stance basic gripping.
Well, just so you understand, I do coaches calls once a month. That's all I talk about is fundamentals. That's all I write about is fundamentals. That's all I do, because no one knows how to stand, grab, move. That's all I talk about is fundamentals. It's a lost art in the United States, I think, and it's a real problem.
Yep.
And we lost our, I don't know if you call it, infrastructure of judo clubs that were all engulfed in fundamentals, just the way they played judo. When I was younger, I didn't have to be taught it. I was surrounded by it. The way you walked, the way you moved, the way you grabbed, it was all around me. Not only did I see it, I felt it. Now it's got to be taught, but we do it. Jump out of coach's call one time. That's all I talk about is fundamentals.
People don't like teaching it. Russia versus Portugal.
This Portuguese girl won the tournament.
Ooh, that was nifty.
Just nice.
It was nifty. A little foot sweep set up.
Yep. And
God, right off the rip too. One,
yep.
1, 2. Oh,
Right.
bam. Look at that direction change, though. That's really impressive.
Really good. Really good. Like I said, she won a gold medal. I didn't know who she was, but I really liked it. And again, freaking Ashiwaza. You need to use your feet. Changing someone's stance, making them change their body position, all things that Ashiwaza does. This just, look at her. Now she stumbles. She's got to recover, and the girl's throwing her. I really like that. No, this last one, no, don't. You don't have to show this one. What I did is I put almost the whole match on there. I didn't take it off yet. So this is the whole gripping. It was a real battle, gripping and falling. Fighting a French guy that's a grip fighter is a challenge sometimes. These guys are ripping and fighting.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like with an experienced eye, like you can see the Italian guy's still in it, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's like in the pocket. And what happens when beginners start trying to like grip fight and do things, they tend to like get pushed away from each other more than like brought together, like opposites or the same side of a magnet, whatever that one is, right? Where they just can't quite engage because they're not comfortable enough. Oh, there's that stupid Ochi. I hate that throw. I do his people at the club though all the time, just for funsies.
I mean, how you look at space when you play judo in all aspects matters. Certainly when you're gripping and engaging. I mean, distance never helps as far as I'm concerned. I always want to close the gap as much as I can.
Well, I don't want people to sit here and watch this because they can watch this on their own time.
Yeah, I said that's why. I mean, I didn't get a chance to take it off because I tore it and I put on just the armbar. So it was it was a good match to watch, to see that, but I just wanted to tear it. I see with this big audience, obviously, Travis, I'm helping you a lot.
Nothing wrong with talking judo.
No,
especially on a Friday.
Well, if I can grab you for another one next month, I'll gladly take it.
We'll have to put it on the calendar early.
Okay. Well, again, everyone, we have a lot of things going on at American Judo. And if you're interested in talking about fundamentals or techniques, you could join my coach's call or my members call, or you can send me an email at steve@americanjudo.com. I have more time than Travis. I know you'd probably rather have him, but but you're stuck with me. You're stuck with me. Nonetheless, we do all of that at our sessions.
Yeah.
So join us. And again, you guys take a look at our coaches course. It is very in depth, and it's worth looking at. Put a lot of time into it.
All right. Thanks everyone for attending.
Can't hear you. You cut off, Travis.
Did I really? I wonder why that happened.
Can't hear you.
Maybe that's just you, Steve. But thanks everybody. We're gonna sign off.
I'm gonna say
now.
goodbye for me and Travis. I'm the only one. I can't hear him. Thanks for joining us, and I'll try to grab Travis again next month. If I have to, I'll call his wife. I'll threaten him. do whatever I have to do. Thanks for joining us all, and it's always great having Travis with me for my sake, because I love talking with him. All right, thanks.